Okay, so today we have the last video in the updated back attack series, and it's just going to go over some basic strategy of trying to get to the back and control from the turtle position or the front headlock. Okay, trying to take the back from there, and hopefully it's something that you can add in. Okay, that was the one thing that people wanted the most from the last back attack series, was a few entries or ideas for taking the back as well. Okay, so we'll get into it. So whatever way I get to the front headlock, maybe I'm passing the guard and Alex turtles, okay, or I can start to do technical stand up from the guard, okay. Control him here first. Okay, so my shoulder is heavy on the back of the neck, outside leg is up so I can drive into him, and I always have a good threat of the choke. Okay, so if Alex starts to try and double leg me or grab my leg at any stage, I have a lot of different threats with chokes from the front here. Okay. Usually what happens is, if there's a good threat here, he'll hand fight. So he blocks my choke attempts here. Okay, so the first step is going to be for me to try and bring my outside knee in and start to attack the crucifix. Okay, so I feel like I can't get the chokes going. My outside knee comes in, keep the chest pressure, and I'll look for the seatbelt. Okay, so anytime this knee is in, I'm trying to use it to nudge his elbow forward so I can trap his arm and get to the crucifix and maybe start to add the back take we used in the last video. Okay. If, once I get to this position, I feel that Alex's elbows are in, I can't move him, my seatbelt isn't good, so I feel like I can't really get to the crucifix. Now I'm going to switch and put my other knee inside. Okay. So I'll start to bring my weight back, fit my other knee into this gap, and start to lower down onto my hip. Okay. If I can, so if you come down this way. If I can, I'll step over his near leg here, just for an extra bit of control. If I can't get this, it's no problem, okay? Usually if I can't get it, it means that his base will be very in tight and he'll be sitting back on his heels with his feet low, so I can't get it. So it should be easy enough to off-balance him with this anyway, because his base will be quite narrow. So I drive my shoulder into the back of his head. I'm gonna roll onto my hip and my shoulder. Okay, see how my knee here starts to lift him like this little wedge. Now I'm going to bring my foot on top, push his hips down so I can get this first hook in. Okay, and then straight away I'm looking to get to the body triangle and attack the choke. If from this position where I've gone through headlock, crucifix, can't attack the crucifix here, so I put in my other knee. Sometimes I feel Alex has a tendency to roll away and I can't pull him over to the near side. Okay? As long as I'm leaning on the shoulder blade, he shouldn't be able to roll away too quick. So when I feel him start to roll away, don't hesitate. Just as soon as you start to feel him roll, use that as your cue to go. Okay? And what I want is my outside knee, I need to get it to the mat beside his hip before his hip does. So as he starts to roll, I hold on to him, jump my knee over, and see how my knee comes underneath his hip as it hits the mat. And now this wedge will start to carry him over. I put in my bottom hook, get to the body triangle, and start to attack the rear naked choke. Okay? So it's a nice, simple strategy you can use in your training. If you're doing specific training from the front headlock here, where you're trying to work on your chokes. If the choke is defended, start attacking the crucifix. If the crucifix is defended, start getting your other knee in and attacking the back. Okay? And the important thing to remember in all this is that the choke really is the king. If at any stage Alex is defending the hooks too much and his neck is up, attack the choke straight away. Okay, so always have that habit of noticing when his chin is up and going straight to the rear naked choke. Okay? The last little tip, when someone is defending this position, it can get very annoying if they double up this 2-on-1 style grip on your choking hand and start to pass it over their head. Okay? Then Alex is just going to sit back onto his back and he just has me in a strong butterfly guard position. So as soon as someone starts to control here and I start to feel like I'm losing this fight, as soon as he starts to pass it over his head, straight away turn straight around behind him, and now I have a strong seatbelt position and I can start to off balance him and take it back. Okay. Hopefully those are the strategies, you can add them in, and make sure you revisit all the old back attack series videos, all the new ones, okay? And it's a nice way, if you're coming to it as a new person, it's designed so that each video, you could maybe watch one a week, use those tips and ideas in the specific training. You'll probably have common problems that will come up throughout that week, and then you can add in the next video. Hopefully you'll have a context for the answers that will give, okay? And then you can build your game that way, week by week, month by month, okay? So hopefully everyone gets on well with all the positions, and let me know any questions or ideas, okay? And hope to see everyone soon. Peace.